Hello everybody! I'm Raphael Perry, and it's time for some more Pod People problems in Baldur's Gate 3. Now, there's been a couple of interesting developments since the last episode, and they rather shape the destiny of Jardiavel and indeed our small company of tadpole people rather significantly. Now, this is due to the fact that I have had, I've been unable to record for the last couple of days because I just wasn't able to. And I've had 2 or 3 other characters champing up a bit, waiting to progress, because they wanted to go in different directions that this recorded group have not explored. And I kind of gave in a little and explored a bit with one of them. Over up here, right? And there's an encounter up there that I am not fond of. I do not like the way the encounter is designed. Without going into too much detail, there is a group of enemies, and one of them is an important enemy with information. If he takes a lot of damage, he will surrender. And all the other opponents immediately disappear as if they had never been there in the first place. He doesn't give them an order to leave or anything, they just magically vanish as if they didn't exist and were just some kind of illusory difficulty enhancer. This of course feels very bad. It feels as if I'm being robbed of the experience I would have gained for defeating them. And in fact I have defeated them since they are no longer a threat. So, it obviously seems that...
What is it like on the astral plane? Your home realm intrigues me.
Githyanki lay their eggs on other planes. They cannot mature in the astral.
And yet we are...
I will only be welcomed once I obtain a mindflayer's head.
Oh, is that why she's waiting around to see if we start to change? And yet she has obtained a mindflayer's head already. It's on top of her neck. She just hasn't fully undergone ceramorphosis yet. So yeah, the big bad villain, he runs in, does some damage. He's got lots of allies helping him out, and they are a significant threat. Obviously defeating them grants extra experience, so bypassing him to defeat his support crew seems like the optimum route to go. However, he is suicidally stupid and not as tough as he thinks. He runs in and does daft things that provoke attacks of opportunity and get him killed, therefore robbing me of the experience of defeating his foes. Well, his allies, rather. And that just feels like a very bad piece of game design. Look, if he told them to stand down or something, or if we actually got to see them leave instead of them just suddenly magically not being there, that's fine. If I get to meet them in a later encounter and they are added to another hostile group, again, fine. But them just completely zonking out and not being there, that feels like some kind of early access thing that could be improved upon. Also, he can get killed if he gets hit hard enough without surrendering, at which point the fight carries on as normal and everything's kind of sort of fine. And we do have the Speak with Dead amulet, so hey, guess what? There's always the possibility. Right, we are going to sell some things here, I believe.
Looking for steel? I have, well, something close.
Because we need to trade prior to continuing our mission. What are we going to sell here? Looks like nothing, actually. Okay. Right. There are nice things here. They are expensive. We can't really afford any of them. Awesome, let's go. So let's head back to the other trader. So that's one issue. The issue of that group of enemies with the suicidal 20 hit point moderate to low AC commander who runs in and gets himself beaten up. I mean, yeah, he can hit hard, and some of his enemies hit really hard. You know, well, some of his allies hit really hard. They're my enemies, okay? I think of them as enemies.
Refugees, adventurers, no one in years, and suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met. And thank you for beating back those goblins. Most brave of you. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. The ritual will be complete before too long.
Well met indeed, little man. What the fuck is going on with your backwards belt buckle that doesn't work? That's literally impossible. I noticed you here episodes ago, but I assumed you were worshipping and that it was like harvest offerings at the shrine. So, are you really locking down the grove?
I know it's drastic, but more monsters seem to terrorize this region every day.
And your hair sticks through your ear, really awkwardly. What about the people here?
We druids will be safe. As for those that took refuge here, well, may Sylvanas guard them as they continue their travels.
I'm not talking about the strand of hair that curls around his ear, I'm talking about the strand that literally sticks through his earlobe. Look, we know this region's overrun by monsters. These people won't survive by themselves.
As I said, it's a drastic measure. But the survival of the grove is paramount. There just aren't enough supplies to support everyone.
So, what are you selling?
Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
Including some very powerful artifacts. Right. Amulet of Amulet of Elemental Torment. When the wearer stands on certain surfaces such as fire and deals damage, the target also suffers the surface's effects. I wonder if that applies to spells as well as weapon attacks. I'm going to presume it's just weapon attacks for now. Leather armor +1. We've got one or two people who might benefit from it. Rain Dancer. Magic Staff. Create water. Possibly unlimited charges. Magical Hand Axe. No plus on it, but applies burning on hits. So there's an ongoing. And the slash is a bleeding attack as well. There's also Arrow of Ilmatar. Not Ilmater, just because some stupid twat couldn't be bothered to study Finnish and Lapland mythology. No. It's more like Ilmatar. I'll have to look into that anyway sometime. Yeah, I haven't looked at the Kalevala for years, actually. I should probably refresh my memory. Anyway, you know, Lemminkainen, Vainamoinen, and Mordenkainen are the three main characters of the Kalevala. Not... Yeah. The AD&D Lemminkainen is a total rip-off. Right. I think someone just copied the name. Which always strikes me as a bit unimaginable too, really. Now, so, developments. Yeah, let's see. There was the issue of the enemy group with the awkward, sudden, you know, just vanishing of many of them. Second issue, apparently in the last episode, I ran into a major bug when I was chasing after Auntie Ethel and was unable to find her in her lair. And I went through the teleportation circle out into the swamp to try and chase her down. Yeah. See, shortly after I recorded that episode, a new patch came out with patch notes that said, hey, we've fixed some bugs with Auntie Ethel in her lair, and I'm like, she wasn't in her lair. Okay. So I loaded up the autosave from in the lair when I went into her room in the back and got a journal entry change informing me that, oh, Auntie Ethel was here waiting for us and it looks like we're in for a fight, and she wasn't there waiting for us at all. So I went and looked on the forums, and apparently someone was still having some kind of bug experience with her after this patch, and they described the bug, and I thought, hang on a minute, that's a bug? I didn't realize it was a bug. I thought I was still chasing her. I now know where she is. She is right in her lair, invisible, waiting to jump out and go, surprise, and ambush me. And she, for some reason, doesn't. Not only that, but she's in a very specific place. So I would like to go and deal with her now. After I've rested. So yeah, she's in a very specific place. If she is hit by an area of effect spell, she will become visible and can be fought normally. Unfortunately, she's in a a particular place that is like you would not look for her there, right? Right, let's take this money. Puts us a little bit nearer to being able to go get some fancy stuff, and also reduces the load we're carrying. Gotta work on this burden, you know?
Sylvanus, guide your path.
May he guide yours as well. May he guide you towards an actually functional belt buckle. Seriously, the guys who make this game, I don't know what it is with fancy artists after 2nd edition, but fucking Todd Lockwood has got a lot to answer for. That cunt couldn't do belt buckles to save his life. All his belt buckles were backwards and impossible, and it pissed me off no end. It pissed off other people as well. And then dickheads copied him because they thought, oh, this is what belt buckles look like. Because they couldn't be bothered to just go to the wardrobe and check, or just look at anyone wearing an actual belt. I mean, people don't even make proper belt buckles these days now. It's stupid. Right, let's go rest. And we'll see if anything special happens at camp. Gale would like to talk to me. Okay, this will be interesting.
Ah, there you are. How did you enjoy my dear stew this evening? It's an old family recipe.
Haven't we had this conversation before? In this very playthrough, I think we have. Yeah, I should have kept it in the family. Yeah, it was alright. Nice of you to cook for us all.
Good. I tend to season it with spices from Karator, but given what's available to us, good old Rosemary had to see us through. Not that I mean to regale you with my culinary exploits. There's actually something quite different I'd like to discuss.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have had this whole conversation, and did we all get slaughtered and have to reload? I don't think... Wait, was it that trap that killed us all, I think? I mean, we've only had one total party wipeout this playthrough so far, and beyond that we haven't really had any deaths. So, hey, why are you so tense?
Some things are easier to explain than others. But first, let me say this. We've been traveling together for a while now, and during those travels, I've been observing you. I want you to know that I like what I see. The way you stood in front of a crossbow to prevent a murder. The way you handled Nettie when she poisoned you. The way you got that boy out of a harpy's clutches. In short, I've grown to trust you.
His shoulders are really slumped, as if he's either admitting defeat or kind of trying to not look very threatening. You know, he's kind of like bowed beneath the weight of something. Maybe exhausted, resigned to something. Well, yeah, thanks, that's nice to hear.
Now I need you to place your trust in me. Our journey together is bound to last a while still. As such, I feel compelled to speak. I say this because there's something I desperately need. But while I'll tell you what that something is, I won't tell you why. I have to ask you to agree to this before carrying on this conversation.
We literally had this conversation before, and when we went down into the witch's lair, you said... we said, isn't that the kind of thing you want? You know what? I'm not going to do this. I'm going to respect my companion's integrity, if they have any. Alright. I agree.
Thank you. I see I did well to trust you. Now, To the matter at hand. You see, I have a condition. A condition different from the tadpole, but just as deadly. The only way to appease said condition is for me to take powerful magical artifacts and absorb the weave inside. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, before we were abducted. It is time. And by that, I mean it's imperative that I find and consume powerful strands of weave at the earliest possible juncture.
She suddenly looks really angry. And why not? The Forgotten Realms is a ridiculously high magic setting and could do with some of the magic being drained out of it. It would actually improve the place. Could you tell me a little more about this condition of yours?
That's part of the why you agreed not to discuss. Wouldn't want to make an oath-breaker out of you.
I see. And what happens if you... That's part of the why we're not supposed to discuss. Where are we supposed to find the kind of artifacts that you seek?
We've already done the finding. In fact, you have one in your possession. That one right there.
Oh, you mean the one in his inventory? Very well.
Thank you. I can feel the storm abating. Yes, this will keep my condition in check. For a precious while.
And how... Yeah, exactly how long is this precious while?
It's hard to predict the effect any given artifact has. But my condition is hardly a patient one. Rather soon I will feel it stir again. Like a distant thunder sending tremors through the soul. I will need to consume another artifact before the lightning strikes. There's no choice but to find more. As luck would have it, Faerun is full of them, though I do feel obliged to point out that items of power tend to be in the hands of the powerful. There'll be danger involved. For great cost.
I see. Well... I'm not that attracted to the danger. He is asking me to take great risks. You know, when I gain powerful magic items, I can't promise that you'll get them every time.
That is your decision to make. I expect you to make the right one. Much is at stake. More than my own meager life alone. I know the allure these artifacts hold. I understand their value and their power. All this to say, I understand the sacrifice I ask of you. I hope I can count on you.
Well, look, hey, Gale, if we happen to come across a ring, a plain golden ring, the littlest of rings, a mere trifle that Sauron fancies, you can take it, you know. Right then. Let me see. Let's get out of here and hopefully get no bad dreams. Right! Oh yeah! So, hang on. The issues I need to talk about. The awkward disappearing enemies. The witch in her den. And something you might not have seen yet, but will be coming up in an upcoming video for from the multiplayer playthrough, in which it became very obvious that the alternate character we created that we dream of is blatantly the tadpole trying to affect our mind. Furthermore, some of you may recall all of my different theories about things that could be happening, and I did say one of the theories was that, you know, someone has been breeding tadpoles that do not perform the usual ceramorphosis process for some reason or another. And also that the Absolute might be involved in this, and that the Absolute is probably, or possibly, something to do with the other mindflayer, the one who mindflayers fear. for one who is not controlled by an elder brain. Now, in the dream, the mindflayer tadpole addressed us as chosen. And even more importantly, the subtitles for that dream conversation did not include the word chosen. It was omitted. The voiceover dialogue was, chosen, let me come to you, let me help you, or something like that, right? Was it chosen, let me help you, let me come to you? And the subtitles were just, let me help you, let me come to you, and I'm like, were they hoping I wouldn't notice what the voice said? Quite possibly. Now, Shadowheart over here told us that when she got the tadpole placed in her head, she heard a voice in her head telling her that she had become a beautiful weapon. And the cultists we encountered in the forest told us they were looking for a beautiful weapon that had fallen out of the sky in the ship and was now in the hands of infidels. And if we had told them we were survivors from the ship, they would have attacked us immediately with intent to kill. I strongly suspect that the tadpole in our head is the beautiful weapon, because it has been created with an aim to perform an unusual version of ceremorphosis, to allow people like us to survive and fight against the mindflayer threat from within. Whereas it's not the anarchist, it's the antagonist, I think, is what they call the mindflayer who is not controlled. Right, well, let's go to sleep and see if anything interesting happens tonight. So far, so peaceful. And it would seem we are well rested. Now, after we've dealt with the hag, I'll drop Shadowheart at the party again and bring back Will. The goblins do have a propensity for traps. Gale is good for long-range damage and battlefield control. It might be nice to try and get Astarion back in the party again.
Tell me, Gale, what is your interest in the astral plane?
Time. Or rather, the absence of it. In the astral plane, everything is eternal.
It will be my home soon enough, should Vlaakith will it.
So we could send Lae'zel back to camp and go with Gale, Astarion, and Will. However, that's a really squishy party, and I know Jaria provides a lot of party support, definitely more than Shadowheart does. I mean, Shadowheart doesn't even have a name. Neither does Gale, for that matter. And Will's got a kind of rubbish name, he can't even spell it correctly. Aha! We've got to do something about all this acid at some point. Wonder if we could wash it away with copious amounts of water. For now, though, let's just avoid all these dangerous areas and head back to the witch's hovel. Yeah, I went to say hut and changed it to hovel. I know. Happens sometimes. When we reach the witch's hut, we will go back down underground, and I shall reveal her secret hidden location for all to see, in case some of you might run into this bug of her not appearing and not know about it. Although in that case, you probably shouldn't have watched this video first, so... Hey, if you're watching it first, like doing your homework, genning up on stuff, not quite the way I normally do things, but I won't begrudge you from watching the entertainment I provide. Well, if we can call it entertainment, I suppose we can. Right. So also, the whole situation with Marina not talking to us when she's lowered from the cage, yeah, apparently she will talk to us after that fight. I have tried it a few times while I was waiting, just to see if there were any other bugs of the fight, and my goodness, it's a bit of work. So, we want to go back into the house. Oh yeah, and also the door bug may still exist, where doors appear closed that are open, and they need to be clicked on to close them and clicked on to open them again to let us pass, because, well, they were left open and appear closed and will not let us through. Okay, so we're going back down here and taking the teleport shortcut. This arcane barrier, by the way, the texture on it looks terrible. I hope that's not final. Also, the shape is just this weird, like a blatantly stupid box. It just looks wrong. You know, it looks like corrugated cardboard or something. Also, one side of it is practically transparent at times, depending on the camera angle. So, back we go. Now, the wicked old witch is here waiting for us, and we have blatantly looted her lair of various things that may be of significant use. Also here are a selection of rather wicked witchy potions. We have broken promises. A parasite swims in the bottom of this bottle, fat with strength. Faltering will. A sweet, intoxicating aroma hangs around this bottle. It reminds you of home. Heart of stone. Fragments of malachite swirl at the bottom of this potion, coalescing and separating rhythmically. Insanity's kiss. Something thrashes in this heavy gourd, consumed by rage. Earthen bottle. Yeah, that one, no description at all. Lover's avarice. A rotten pungency undercuts this potion's otherwise pleasant aroma of roses and honey. A mother's loathing. A hint of blood lingers around the stopper. It's enough to make your mouth water. So, mother's loathing would be like a miscarriage. You know, the thing the mother really dreads. Wilted dreams. Smells like a sleep potion turned sour. Missing pets. Thousands of little legs skitter inside this bottle, seeking an escape. Stillborn. A traditional brew of ergot and nutmeg, meant for mothers who will never be. So that's like an abortion. That's a really ominous, wicked potion. Especially if she doesn't tell the woman who's about to drink it what it is. And lost time. Its seal is dry and cracked with age, yet the clear potion within bears no signs of spillage. Well now, let's go deal with Auntie Ethel, if we ever want to save Marina. We've all failed a ridiculously high perception check. Actually, how high was that? And I do wish this would... Okay, does not give us a target. So we can't tell. So, information I've gained indicates to me that she should be somewhere in this chamber. And that to reveal her, we have to hit over an area of effect attack. And since she's lying in ambush, where would be obvious places to ambush? Well, up here would make total sense. This platform. But is she up here? No, she is not up here. Well, maybe she's on this rocky platform. A good vantage point to cast spells. Is she here? She is not. Where is she? Right here on this little wooden bridge. And if we can hit her with some kind of area of effect damage, like, oh, this daily one-use item, you know, Radiance of the Dawn, we can make her appear. And there we go. So, we now have many Auntie Ethels, and I imagine many of them are illusory. Remember, I have tried this encounter a few times. Hag's Trickery, I think they all got that, just to make it harder for me to see which is which. Now, the illusory copies of the Hag do deal full damage, so it's imperative to get rid of them quickly. There we go. So that's one less to deal with. Let's send Lizelle down to here. Fortunately, we have Gale. Unfortunately, he's rather low on the initiative order. Dear Lady Shadowheart, if you would move to here and protect yourself. There we go. Action. Okay, yeah. And then Jaria. I think a saving throw over here is in order. Alright. That was a saving throw, can't complain. You know, Gale is rather vulnerable. Let's protect him. So, the problem is that the illusory versions of the witch often... Right, so this one we now know is an illusion because she did nothing on her turn. However, Gale, my man, can we get all three? 1, 2, 3, and who do we think is the real one? Her? Or who's the one who hasn't gone yet? The cage? That can't be right. Oh, this one. Yeah, we'll go this one again. Alright, only one remains, and it is this one, in fact. Well, we've certainly narrowed down our targets. Let's pop him up here for now. Because she's about to get another turn. So now, the problem we have is there are 2 Marinas. And the one down here is gone completely. Okay. You are the real girl. Lizelle. Your psychic abilities are needed. Surprise, surprise! We can close range and hit for 10 points of damage. Look, it's not massive, but it's better than nothing, okay? And why don't we apply a little more feeble Sacred Flame? You never know, she might fail a save. How are we doing? All done. Okay. Marina, could you, like, not get hurt? That'd be great. target's too far. We can't have that, can we? Oh, damn it, I'm going to sneeze. 1 moment, please. Oh, sorry about that. Let's pump in another magic missile volley. Well, is this wise? Hang on. Right, any ranged attacks will be at disadvantage because of low ground. So yeah, let's just go for the raw physical damage.
Tormento!
And then I believe we are done. Yeah, go on, just a... Lae'zel, why didn't you take your attack? Oh, finally, that was weird. Serves her right. And then she gets dragged back. Interesting. Alright. Girl, you know what to do here. Why is there this invisible box there? Weird flame effects on the edge of it. That's very strange. Okay, you miss. Sometimes it happens. Now, what can we... Ooh. Oh, if only. Right, I think we need to try whittle her down a bit more. No expectations on these cantrips. However, ooh. Hold that thought a moment. Noblesse. Okay. Oblige, obviously, because apparently French people can't pronounce oblige. Right, now what else? Protection on Lae'zel almost seems like a good idea. I say almost. I think I want slightly better odds than an 11 in 20, 55%. So I will stick for the old Sacred Flame. Hey Gale, you have spells. Spells do damage. And these spells don't require line of sight.
Tormento!
Yeah. She's probably going to disappear now again, just to be awkward to me. Get hit! Oh yes. Oh! So, this time, things get interesting, right? Because we have many... We have 1, 2, 3... Actually, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3... 4... And we don't see the fifth one. Because one of them is invisible. However, we do need to get rid of all the false ones. Fortunately, we have ridiculous reach on this magic jump. Damn it. Tried. This is gonna hurt. Now, one of them is invisible, and that is the one we need to find. Oh, that's not good odds. Okay, let's... Really? I can't get more than one. There we go. Now, sometimes there's a cackle speech bubble over the head of the invisible one. This time there was not. Gale? No. Hey, Shadowheart, have you? Fine. I wonder. Pull this from it. There. Here. This is where she's hiding. That feels so abusive. I'm sorry, everyone. Right. Who are we? Nope, all done. Okay. Now, Gale. Could you womp up here and channel some kind of... Does he have any scrolls or anything that could be... No. Creature's not... See, I don't want to hit my friends, and I think it's a bit further than that. Stick with a cantrip for now. That's okay though. Yeah, she's right here. Well, guess what? She has a burning anger in her bones.
Bloody clever club.
Abso-bloody-lutely! What did you expect, you dumb witch? Well, rhymes with witch. And that's a fake one, but it can still be really deadly. That's a lot of damage for our wizard. Okay, let's do something about that.
Take you.
And then let's do something about this. Oh, come on, seriously? That was rubbish. Would have really done a good job too. Right, well then, in that case, let's just pop out to here and say, hey you, enjoy a scorching ray or 2 or 3. And then get back in here and surround her. That's right, you cower there, love, and don't get yourself killed. Is he taking ongoing damage from the poison? No. Disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. Okay. But not actual. You know what doesn't require an attack roll? Magic missile. There we go. Was that an attack? Wow, just only one person gets a free strike? Wait, what? She went buggy there.
Another thin-blooded mongrel.
So another burning box there. I think that's some kind of effect that isn't showing up where it should. Right, well look, you're a long way away, so we're just going to jump over here. And then hit you. With a sword. Pretty damn hard as well. Right. I think... Look, we'll try. Can we hit her with a spell? The target's too far away. No! Let's try hit with another spell then.
Intended.
Yeah, 1 whole point of damage. Take that, woman. Serves you right for being a horrible monster and trying to kill us. And trying to trick poor Marina here. We're going to have words about that later on, you know. So, about this whole magic missile thing. This is a rather serious situation, you know, so, yeah.
Tormentor.
Oh man, one whole hit point.
Wait! Ah! Wait just a tick! Let's be civilized about this, eh? I have something you want.
Well, this is nice and different. There must have been some kind of damage threshold. What I want... Ooh, yeah. What I want is Marina, alive and free.
But she's worthless to you.
Wait! Ethel can still help me!
You bet that belly of yours I can. The deal is on. Let me leave with the girl, and I'll give you power. You want to be stronger, tougher, smarter? Done. Anything is possible. Just let me keep the girl and her babe. It's your choice, sweetness.
No, you're probably making the baby grow up to be a hag. I don't want what you have to offer. Ooh. See, now this actually gets a bit challenging. In the name of Elistray, release the girl and leave this place, never to return. Yeah, but she will wreck somewhere else. But we've seen the kind of nastiness she's up to, and I don't think we can stop it. You're a vile, monstrous creature. There's no bargain for you but death.
Doesn't it ever get lonely up on that high horse of yours? But have it your way. Tell your precious little god I say hello after I rip out your throat.
Let's finish her then. Right. We'll give it our best shot. Lae'zel, she's all yours.
You bastard! You ruined it! You ruined everything!
She does sound really upset. And I have no idea who's talking, so hang on, slow down. What did we do? Look, I'm sorry. I hope in the future you will realize that I was really trying to help you.
But making everything worse? Ethel was going to bring my husband back. Back from the dead. And now I'll never see him again. Because of you!
You know, hags don't do this kind of thing for free. What did you promise her?
This. Just a bit longer and my child would have been born. And all this would have been over.
You don't look that far gone, lady. I'm not entirely sure you're familiar with how long the process takes, but with hags, nothing is ever over. A life for a life, you must really love your husband. You were going to trade away your baby for your dead husband? Okay, that's cool. I mean, yeah, maybe she is a bit of a bad mother, but, look, you know, nothing is ever over. This would have carried on affecting your life, even when you thought you might be free of it.
This was the best chance I had. For me and my baby. Auntie Ethel promised to give this child a good life. Teach them magic, even. More than I could have done.
Yeah, I bet she was going to teach the baby magic. You know, the kind of wicked, witchy hag magic that she practiced herself. You know what? From what I've seen, you'd make a terrible mother. You're shit, you are! Right, I'm not gonna... you should have known better. Hags don't... You know what? You know, don't sell yourself short. I think you could raise this child. You know, yourself. Be a good mother. And, you know, I had this whole theory about, you know, passing down the father's life into the child, right? You know, love the child the same way you loved your dead husband, lady. Seriously, they're gonna need a loving mother if they only have for one parent. Maybe you'll find someone else and marry again later on, who knows, but don't give up on yourself.
I always wanted to be a mother. I just never thought I'd do it alone. Now I'll have to drag Connor's coffin all the way home. It's the only way this child will ever meet their father. I hope you're happy.
Well, before you go, I've got some bad news for you about your brothers. Let's just plunder this lot and quickly run down here, see if we can... Can you say goodbye? Or, like, heal her? Don't run away, lady. We're trying to heal you. You're hurt. Don't walk through the bloody traps!
Take you.
Well, at least we've healed her. Oh, the traps are gone. And we've obviously leveled as well. So, up here, this way, and she just magically disappeared. But up here is another one of those illusion doors, right? Can we walk through it, please? No, we can't. Can we camera through it? Can we walk through? So up here, right, this whole area with another teleport space, we literally cannot get here. And I was thinking this might be where she was hiding. Wait, Lae'zel, can you jump across to here? It's not too high. I mean, it's pretty damn far, but it's not too high. Right, jump to there. And then could you see, she just can't jump through these because they're blocking. The target is too far, so her jump spell is expired. So literally we can get up to here. Hang on. And then maybe across this route. But the camera won't let us go there, so I know it's the edge of the map. But literally there does not seem to be a single way. Hold on. Hold on. Girl. Not enough space. How about up there? Too high. So we're literally not allowed to go up this way and come around. And in here there are candles. I'm checking to see if there's other things we could interact with in here, because I suspect this might be an area that maybe we get to visit if we're on good terms with the witch. She might lead us back here as some kind of special ritual space. But this teleporting place, I want to know where it goes. And unfortunately it seems like we are not going to get to find out. Perhaps some of you have been playing this game and got into that kind of, well, got into that place somehow. And lockpick. Interesting. Probably not possible, but hey. I haven't found out how to end spell durations. Oh, look, we leveled up and lost our reaction again. How lovely. That's annoying, isn't it? That flash of light reaction. So now that we're down here, the door appears to be magically shut again, even though the icon is to close the door. So we will fake close it, fake open it, and now we can go through again. Hooray. And we still don't know what that perception check was for. So we thoroughly looted this place before, and now we get to go outside again. Hooray! So now, let's go up here to the grave, but is no longer covered, and... Oh, hello, Marina. Oh, the coffin here was... Oh, so... This nasty witchy one, the bitter divorce, clumps of hair infect Connor, and then the graveyard, the grave marker for Connor. So this was not the witch's... Oh, we should give... So if we used this on her during the fight, target cannot be resurrected. Wait, that's what it does? Oh, that's even worse. She might have actually done it. She could have actually honoured her word. And something feels wrong, though. It would have been very twisted. I suspect if we use this on a corpse capable of resurrection, the end results might not be very good. He'll probably come back as a zombie or something.
Gods, didn't hear you coming. I know I should head home, but I can't bring myself to leave.
Oh,
the
God.
thought of putting him in a wheelbarrow and making the journey all over again.
This is where Marina stays here and doesn't leave and becomes the next witch of the swamp, isn't it? She just gets more and more bitter and wicked and twisted the longer she stays. I do not like this. I found a wand. I think it might resurrect your husband.
What? You can?
I also think
You
it's
feel
a trap.
surge of power from the wand. The air suddenly tastes acrid. It wants to be used.
Bring him back! Bring Connor back! Please!
Oh. Look, if he comes back as some kind of a monster, we're going to deal with him, lady. But I'm not going to be this sadistic. Here we go. Because the witch wouldn't get Marina to use it. Yeah, this is bad sounds.
What? What's happening? Why is he still dead?
You feel something pull at you. The creature yearns for a master.
What have you done to him?
Maybe it's not permanent. So, the hag did fulfill her promise after all. It never can be simple, can it?
But this isn't what she promised! I wanted him back the way he was, not this!
I shall call upon Elistray to smite the undead. Look, it's drastic, it's very dramatic, but I think, given the circumstances, quite understandable. I'm not going to ask her that! My God, she might say yes! I don't want him. And if she says yes, she stays here and becomes a witch? Hell no!
No, don't!
Oh, for pity's sake! Right, knock her out. Trying not to kill you here, lady. It's for your own best interests, really. Yeah, so about the whole knocking out thing. Because, you know, there's a zombie. Actually. Oh, for God's sake! Right, I'm pissed off with that. I wanted to knock her out and not kill her. Is there a reload autosave? I bet there isn't. That is wrong. RT, I want to say. Yeah, that ain't gonna be it. Well, shit. So again, stupid NPCs getting themselves killed when they didn't need to. All we needed to do was get to Lae'zel's turn. Honestly. Stupid woman.
Tormentor.
Right. Lady, we're gonna get really well. What do you mean invalid target? She's not.
The corpse seems willing to speak, but not to its killer.
Yeah, she's not the one who... Actually, she might be. We don't know who. No. E for equipment, isn't it? Right. Let's see if the whole party is considered to be her slayer or not. Invalid target? Oh, piss off, she's right there. Right, well that's just annoying now. Obviously my instinct to break the wand was right, but... bugger! Sometimes things just do not work out well. These stupid people, intent on their own destruction. I wonder. Description? No description. So we have no way of knowing. Well, I suppose I might get to find out another character at some point, but with other characters I've avoided coming here because they might want to make a deal with the hag. Also, we have leveling and a missing reaction that should be there. So this level has been a very long time coming. The game rushed us to level 3 really quickly, then made us wait a long time for level 4. Personally, I wouldn't have minded levels 2 and 3 taking a little bit longer to achieve, to be honest. So what have we here? Some more hit points. Again, the game does not appear to be rolling hit points. It seems to be giving predetermined values at every level. Swap feats. So we have ability improvement or a list here. Athletes, increase strength or dexterity by 1 to maximum 20 when you are prone standing up, uses less movement. Defensive duelist, when you're attacked with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to increase your armor class, potentially causing the attack to miss. She normally gets shot, to be honest. Dual wielder, nah, she doesn't go 2 weapons. Great weapon master, wait, this is automatic, this isn't a mode? Okay, that's basically power attack. -5 is massive given how there's no base attack bonus. Heavily armoured. Gain proficiency of heavy armour, increase your strength score by 1 to a maximum of 20. Well, heavy armour is very hard to come by for now. And we could just get the 1 or 2 strength points here quite easily. Lightly armoured. For just +1 dexterity, not worth it. you know, it's worth it for getting the right mage initiate. This appears to be multi-classing for spellcasters. It's a level dip. It's dipping your toes in. Martial adept, 2 maneuvers from a battle master archetype, and 1 additional superiority die to fuel them. That's interesting, but it's more interesting if you've got the battle master fighter specialization. But then there's only 4 maneuvers, and you have 3 of them already. So why would you ever take this? This seems to be for people who want a little bit of fighter in their life. Mobile. Speed increasing when using dash action. The speed might help her. Moderately armoured. Medium armor proficiency she already has, I think. Strength and dexterity, yeah, okay. Shield master, she doesn't really use one at the moment. Skilled 3 new proficiencies, more of a main character thing. Tough. Hit points maximum increased by 2 for each level. Hopefully backdating. And given how fragile and vulnerable she is, that might actually be a really good idea. Let's say I don't do that. What would I increase? Probably her dexterity and constitution. Or dexterity and wisdom. Let's try and get rid of that negative there. I don't know when she'd gain a new feat. At all. So this will be all she gets for a very long time. Is ability score points worth it? Right. This should backdate and increase her hit points by another 1 every level anyway. Oh no, we'd have to go constitution for that, wouldn't we? And yet we're not seeing a hit point change there, even though it's factoring in over here. Maybe we should just embrace our dexterity of 9. I mean, it's a little on the low side, but not massively low. So we could absolutely go with tough. I mean, she's got a few scars, but she doesn't look that tough. There we go. So we should also... We don't know how many new spell slots she's got. If any. None apparently. No new spell slots at all. Wow. Interesting. Gale, you've got to be getting a new spell slot this level, right? You are a wizard after all. Some hit points. Acid Arrow, great spell. Mirror Image, another nice spell. Acid Splash cantrip. Where did that come from? That's... Well, apparently he's got that as well. Fine. Would I want to change these? Does he seriously not have these? I think I will take these. Prepared spells... The Fog Cloud isn't as useful as we thought. And Scorching Ray fits in with his... I mean, it's not lightning, but it fits his style a bit. Mirror Image also helps, as does... Oh, hello. Ooh, let's get rid of that grease and chuck in Mirror Image. There we go. Right. Funky dunky stuff here. Can't take heavily armoured or moderately armoured until he takes light armoured. I'm not sure we want to do that yet. Although for him that would probably help a lot. And he is often seen wearing light armour in load screens. You know what? That's like half a feat because there's a stat bonus in there as well. Strength or dexterity? I can see his dexterity, I can't see his strength. Strength 9. Okay. Will it affect spellcasting? So let's give him the strength. What are you doing? It's not letting me... It's not letting me select whether the strength or dexterity is... at all. Right, let's try again. Let's turn these down to here. And now we try. Huh. Well, that's interesting. I suppose I won't be picking this one then. Oh, God. It won't let me get rid of it now. He's got enough constitution already. A bit of strength to help carry the burdens and help with encumbrance might not go amiss. You know, we'll give him a bit of charisma actually, because he does have a nice personality and is quite likable. And apparently he's very popular with other players as well, so sure. Lae'zel, you're a psychopath. Just so you know. So, she gets some more hit points, she gets magic missile now. Yeah, mage armor, she's already wearing armor. Protection from good and evil, she's kind of pretty evil, so she shouldn't be protected from evil. Witch bolt is nice, but she's kind of psycho heavy armor. Right. Feats. We could give her some Battlemaster stuff, right? Weapon Master, 4 weapons of ritual. No, it's not going to work, is it? Right. Tough could be good for her. Sure, we'll go tough. Even though increased by 2 for each level, that's got to increase existence as well, yeah? Let's see, 44, yeah, that's counting. And then for Jaria here, what do we want? Still annoyed about Marina. So apparently we have a new cantrip that we should have always had, or have just gained now, called Formaturgy. Manifest a sign of supernatural power that grants you advantage on intimidation and performance checks. Okay. Don't know why we suddenly got that now at level 4. Prepared spells... Do we not get anything else? Lesser Restoration we haven't had too much use for. So we could swap it for Aid or Healing Word, or we'll go Aid, why not? Or Bless. We wanted Bless. We've got Bless. There we go. Right. Do we want a build score improvement? Why would we want Strength? And Wisdom? We could have something else. And actually, you know, going with the sort of Paladin build concept, Defensive Duelist makes a lot of sense. As does Martial Adept. Sure, we'll go Martial Adept. But it just wants to give us stat boosts instead. So I don't think that's working at the moment, to be honest. Go away. We do not want ability improvement. We want Martial Adept. Ah, there we go. Lovely. That was weird. Right. Menacing attack. Frightened is good. Pushing attack can knock them back. If we go Rally to support an ally, give them an extra 8 hit points. It's not massive. The riposte is really nice. The menacing attack is really nice. So I've actually enjoyed these two quite a bit with my fighter. Pushing attack, not quite so much. The 1d6 is from the mace, so literally, yeah. Rally is good for a cleric because it's thematic. The menacing, not so much. So if we go Rally and Riposte, Riposte relies on enemies missing her, and she's only in light armor with a shield, so her AC is like a 14, 15, yeah. So we go Menacing and Rally, I think. That one superiority die. I wouldn't want to accidentally spend it on riposte, so yes, we'll just leave it for those two. We can use for rally for people who are nearly dead and menacing in the right kind of situations. There we go, we've been creative. And because we have the exact same amount of hit points as Shadowheart, because she's got 13 constitution and so have we, and the game is not rolling hit points. I wish it would. Right, well, we should be gone from this foul place. We don't even get to talk to Marina and say, look, we're really sorry things turned out the way they did, and you shouldn't have attacked us. Because you think about it, right? She didn't just kill herself there, she killed her baby. And it was an innocent, right? Unless the hag had done something really bad. You know, why should she? Look, she wasn't thinking straight, she was very emotional. And quite understandably so, given the circumstances. But even so, an unborn child's life was snuffed out because of her... her foolishness. We'll call it foolishness. Yeah, I know I probably shouldn't have used the wand. I probably should have snapped it. But I didn't want to devastate her and destroy her life by breaking the wand.
That might be worth a look.
Oh, what was that sound? More importantly, what did we find? Demir. Oh, he's one of the brothers, isn't he? What did we find here that might be worth a look? Oh well. It is disappointing, but it is what it is. And also, I'm still missing my reaction, which will no doubt return once I've saved and reloaded the game. Well, at least we've finally dealt with the Wicked Witch. And she tried to deal with us, but we said no deal. No thank you. We'll not take a devil's bargain. I'd rather be a free man than a rich man's slave, essentially. Let's get back to civilization, or at least somewhere approaching civilized. And, yeah, we'll come the wrong way around this corner, haven't we? That's a bit messy. Well, I'd like to say it felt nice to finally deal with the witch, you know, track her down and put an end to her wickedness.
You have a particular way with words, Gale. Perhaps oration suits you more than battle.
They're not mutually exclusive. Weave is served best with a dash of eloquence.
Well, now that we're getting into Goblin territory, we should get Will back in the party, and Shadowheart, well, she's kind of helped a bit, you know, but we're doubling up on clerics, and that's not ideal. So she can stay behind in camp for a bit. But I've been playing for a good length of time, and it's probably reaching the right point to end the episode. So, yeah, I'm going to end this one here. I hope you've all enjoyed some sort of cathartic release in this episode, and now that the Wicked Witch is finally dead and we can all sing the Ding Dong song apparently, because that's popular. And I will hope to see you all in the next one, where things will involve less tainted deals full of wicked hag magic. Alright, well, I'll say bye for now then everyone, and cheerio!